What?
Uh-oh. What's going on? Help.
Raccoons.
We're live.
Greetings and welcome once again to Roman of the Empire. I am your host, Roman. Tonight we are talking the Acolyte, Episode 5, Night. There are a lot of things that happened in this episode. We got we got a lot of fighting, a lot of lightsaber play. We got some oddball stuff, things that I'd never seen before, and I don't think anybody else had either.
Haircuts.
Yeah.
We got some barbarism.
Yeah.
Barbary. And
Barbarism.
We got some Barbary and we
Saber
got some
cuts.
crap action.
Saber cornrows.
Dear God. So this is going to be, I think, a pretty lively discussion about this much maligned show. So we will go around the horn, we will do our introductions, and then we will dive into this hot mess that is the Acolyte. With me, as always, he is my partner on this channel. He is my wingman. He once stopped me from carpet bombing Kofar in hopes those giant bugs would kill and eat everyone in the cast. He is Shieldwall of Dragons. Welcome back, my friend. How are you?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good to be here. And talking about this awesome show that has brought us all together as 1,000 points of light together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, it's going to be interesting.
God help us all. He is the scourge of Gotham, the nemesis of the Dark Knight. He is Joker Voice. Welcome back, my friend. How are you this week? Did you see your therapist? Is everything okay?
Which one? Dr. Harleen Quinzel? Dr. Harleen Quinzel, I see her daily. And yes, we did have some lightsaber hair cutting. Would have been much easier with scissors.
You know, I can't even say you're bad this week with that. That's actually pretty spot on. It's far more appropriate. So
Curious
it
scissoring.
makes more sense than what the heck happened in this episode.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Slowly.
Woosa.
God help us all. He is the man who knows all the things about all the things. He is the Thad that shouldn't be, the unbearable 73. He is Darth. How can it be? How fuck my life? How bad can this crap get us? Sorry, I know I had it down in my head. It sounded so good.
On my mother's side. I believe my username expresses my mood. Although I can't give myself a concussion to help get through this, you know. Because only CTE can make this episode watchable. Although, you know, I thought about this. Leslie Hedlund served up those Jedi the way she served up some other people to another.
Hey! Whoa! Well played.
I kept it clean, but dropped the
played.
innuendo.
Allegedly.
Well played. Allegedly.
He is the meme master of the interwebs, using his power of good for... Fuck, I'm not doing well tonight. For good instead of evil, he is Jacob Ironside. Welcome back, Jacob. Also, tonight's videos, clips, and thumbnail were brought to you by Jacob, and thank you for that, sir.
Allegedly.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, we're back for the the nightmare before Life Day. So there's that.
Makes Life Day look Shakespearean.
Yeah, good to be
exactly.
here. Good to be here.
The Star Wars Christmas special ain't looking too bad now, is it?
Pretty good. Pretty good. B. Arthur
No,
was
it's
hot.
not.
He will tell you if this is the way. Books, games, or movies. She is armored up and ready to fight. She is Untamed Mando. Welcome back, Mando. You made it through another one.
I decided to stay out of the Twitter battle because I just did not have the emotional energy after last week. Oh, what did you do? This was weird.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
We're like playing cards.
Oh God! I did that. I couldn't.
The only thing I will say that this episode was still better than episode 3 because you actually had some lightsaber combat. Granted, it was not the great lightsaber combat.
No, that was crap. Watch it again, then watch the prequels.
Mando just clipped herself out. Mando was yelling so much her mic said stop.
my mic is what tries to keep me like because no matter what I do, I've moved it all. I've moved it into the place it's supposed to not cut out, but it still does. And yeah, but people are saying this is better than the Phantom Menace. They have no sense of good.
There
are people on Twitter who say that
wait, have you been going to the special needs Twitter sites again, Mando? You can't do that. It's mean for them. You can get quick points in. I understand that, but it's cruel. I've seen you do it. I've seen you go in there.
Lesson to the universe. If you say there are people on Twitter that, you can put anything after that.
That is
like
true.
There are people on Twitter that believe the sky is yellow. There are people on Twitter that.
Well, are they in Los Angeles?
And also, all of the scissoring that was supposed to happen that I was expecting.
I know there's no scissoring. There's a serious lack of scissoring. It's a little disappointing, frankly, right?
They were like hyping that up, talking in interviews about the love interest, and like
do you know why?
You know why?
She'll come back. They'll bring her back somehow. Yeah.
You know why they're not considering? Well,
she's in 7 episodes.
Yeah, we've got 3 more episodes for them to do horribly wrong with. All right, let's continue on our way.
Being a back tank.
I am just
gonna be zombies.
I'm waiting for the big Haktua moment.
Wait a minute, Joker. Oddly enough, Grandmaster Octa would have been the best part of this show. Unfortunately,
I guarantee it'd have more than 13% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes, and we would watch it more than once, at least that scene. His beard headbutted Leslie Headland so hard her head turned into a square. He is Beard of Liberty. Welcome back, my friend.
Jim.
You have a custom sex comb now. That is the sex comb of Liberty.
I do whatever I have to do for Joker. Look at him; he's so happy right now.
but I'm not.
It may shock most people, and we'll get into the details of this. But I actually had a pretty good time with this episode.
Oh,
probably not in the way that Disney intended me to. This last episode is when I discovered that I have fully disassociated myself in my brain, Disney Star Wars and actual Star Wars, and now I'm having a blast. Joker, you were right. Chaos is fun.
It's easy to do with this episode. And we will dissect this piece by piece as we always do.
We'll get to it. But I actually at one point went, yes, and threw my hands up in the air, and I'm the only one.
Well, I did that twice during this episode, but probably not why.
That was when it was over?
No. Anyway.
That's what I've been saying.
I even backed that moment up and played it again.
I probably watched it like 5 times this morning while I was doing my screenshots. But it was a pleasure to do. Musician, pop culture aficionado, YouTube prostitute, man of the people. He is Sammy Threepeat. Welcome back, my friend.
I'm having a great time on Roman's show reviewing the Acolyte. I am well fed and haven't been harmed in any way.
Make sure you blink. Make sure you blink the Morse code
appropriate amount of times.
I'm sorry, Sammy. I'm sorry to all of you. But...
No, it's worth it just talking with you guys afterwards. But holy shit! Every time I think it's not going to get worse, they're like, "Hold my estrogen."
Oh, no.
It's like a skill.
It gets better. It gets better. It gets better at this point.
It's better.
So, I've completely disassociated myself. I was like, "Oh, fucking doing this now. Great, cool."
I mean, I was only looking forward to the scissoring, so that's why I'm upset, because I was like, "Oh, scissoring, yeah!" Oh no.
Okay, and am I going crazy? Did they change the helmet from black to bronze?
It was lighting or something.
I actually don't.
Multiple helmets.
Yeah.
No, maybe it was the lighting. God himself doesn't know or care.
Because I will say I like it a little bit better in the bronze look, not because it reminds me less of the Gimp mask. So.
Oh, that's true. You're right. You know what? It was black. You're right, because it had to have been, because we wouldn't have gotten the Gimp mask comparisons otherwise, or at least the lighting showed it.
Well,
but
he did headbutt lightsabers. Maybe it turned it that color.
Oh yeah, it's
so
paint.
All right, let's wrap it up here.
I want to talk about that.
Oh, I have some stuff about that too. So, but
we're going to talk about that. Do
you
you think we're not going to talk about that? Our special guest this week, he is award-winning playwright, director, acting coach, author, and he has a funny accent. He is S A Nielsen of the Outcast Creative. Welcome for the first time on the show, my friend. It's like, what, 7 o'clock in the morning in Uruguay, wherever you are. Nobody knows. He's in Britain.
If you give me a lightsaber haircut, I will become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Oh, God.
Thank you. I thought long and hard about that line. Thank you very much for having me on the show. And I am from the UK. The time is currently 1:13 a.m. in the morning, which is like the middle of the day for me. So it's all good.
Because he is a vampire.
Most of my work's at night.
So let's say hi to the chat real fast, and then we will get into this hot fucking mess. Our good friend Boosh McFadden is with it. Hello, sir. Good to see you. Love it ever after. Hello, love it. Always good to see you out there.
JJ, breadsticks in the chat.
Roman,
God damn it!
Look at Gary's post. It's a meme.
I'm Melvin.
Look at what and who? Oh, okay. Oh, God damn it, Matt. I have a hard time doing all these things.
JT. Bring the breadsticks. There we go. Breadsticks, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually quite good.
Yeah.
Can I share that? Well, let me share. Okay, good. All right, because sometimes it doesn't let me do things.
Breadsticks.
There we go.
Oh yeah, I've seen this. This is hilarious.
Thank you.
That's solid. That's quality there, folks.
Yes.
That's how it should have gone.
That is how it should have gone. You're not wrong. All right, back to our friends in the chat here. So Melvin is out there. Our Salve Melvin also across the pond. Welcome, sir. Zax. And congratulations to Zax on 2 years of What's Good Wednesday. That was a hoot last night. That was a great show.
Nice.
The oldest gamer, welcome, my friend. Ducka.
I'm sorry, JT. I'm sorry. I forgot.
Hokies.
Yeah, Hokies. He's a friend.
Okay. Hokies 95. Welcome. I don't think I've seen you out there before. Welcome to the show.
I just saw something worse.
I think that maybe everyone except for let me jet down to the bottom real fast here, so that I can my frenemy, JT Gunn, welcome, sir, and I still hate you. All right, so
would you? Okay, never mind. I won't put you on the spot.
America's.
I would prefer breadstick.
America's there too.
All right, so
America's.
Okay, that's everybody, right? Yeah, that's everybody. Oh, on America's.
No,
Yeah, we had America's.
Oops, sorry,
and,
America's.
And AJ snuck in there under the wire.
Where did AJ go? AJ showing up late. It's just so in character. All right, so we're gonna share the slides, and we're gonna jump into this episode.
We're gonna share the pain.
Placid, no, Placid, no.
Everyone forced
times,
yourself.
How many times can I say no?
Sharing is sharing.
Thank you for showing up. Also, if you're looking for some hot D House of the Dragons content, Placid has a boat of it, so go check out their channel.
I know
Placid
why
has the hot D.
Yeah, I know why.
He has the hot D. I got to meet him in real life, and it was hot. So
I know why.
What the fuck with this girl? Every time she wakes up, she just sits directly up. Does anybody else do this in their life ever?
The Undertaker.
And she's always waking up on the floor of a random planet. If that's your life, you need to reevaluate what you're doing because something is wrong.
So
don't do death sticks, okay? It's bad for you.
Yeah. Now she didn't see
overrated.
What happened. I mean, she got knocked out immediately by the Gimp Sith. And so she goes looking for her little robot friend.
Like
whatever,
a ragdoll.
No one gives a fuck. And she immediately trips.
All that advanced Jedi training, you know?
Again, this is the other one trips this time. All right.
That's why she had to leave the Jedi Order. She's clumsy.
She just kept tripping. When you follow a lightsaber, that's going to leave a mark.
To Chevy Chase, who's old enough to get that joke.
That would make this show amazing if it just ends because she trips on a lightsaber.
Can we just give an applause to this guy? This guy's Jedi red shirt security #1 in this episode. He's already
there. Okay. I gotta say this.
This guy ate his own lightsaber.
So this show to me episode is the worst of the episodes because it does something I hate in all of writing. I can't think of very few things when you write them in a book or a TV show or movie that's worse than what this episode did. Now, a lot of fans are trying to compare this lightsaber fight to like the Palpatine versus what were the names? Sin,
Mace Windu,
Kolar, Kit Fisto, and Mace Windu, right?
Okay. Right.
So we remember to preface this, I know it'll take a couple minutes to say this, but to preface this, those three Jedi Masters we saw in 2 previous movies. They had dialogue, they interacted, and then for those who watched the Clone Wars, they had we knew these characters, okay, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's called good writing. Go
this episode, right? With the exception of Darth Curly hair, not Darth, the Jedi curly hair night guy, whatever his name is, okay,
and the Padawan.
And the horny girl.
Padawan.
With the exception of those two, all the other eight red shirt Jedi are introduced in the previous episode, basically, right? So we get to this episode, they all have this face off, we all have their lightsabers, and Darth Emo shows up, and they're all dead within 10 minutes.
Yeah, and we don't know don't know anything about them. We don't care about them because we're not invested in them.
We don't. Exactly. No emotional.
We do know something about them. They sucked as Jedi.
Well, no. I mean, realistically, a high-end Sith could kill a lot of Jedi. I'm not debating that. The point is, if you want to we talked about this actually on the wrestling show last night, Joker, Gravitas, right? If you want the Sith guy or the Dark Jedi guy to have gravitas, the people he kills has to mean something to you, okay? And none of these scrubs mean anything to us. The color of their lightsaber is more interesting than their character. And he just slaughters them like they're it's like he just wants to kill a bunch of chickens. Yeah.
They're jobbers.
And this to me, I know people hate the woke stuff, and I do too and all that, but the Star Wars shows and the Marvel shows and Rings of Prime and Wheel of Prime, the key thing that's really killing them is horrible, horrible, cliche, trope-driven writing by people who should be writing C-grade movies and porn movies, not A-level high-class content. Okay, and this, I joked, I made that little weird, that sort of entendre joke about Headland feeding, and you gotta remember the comment they made, right? That literally, though, is what happens. She feeds these no-name red shirt characters to the bad guy to make him look like he's tough and all, but you don't care because you don't care about these guys. This is like, this is basically an episode where they cut the budget by killing off these characters. That's basically all it is. And
yeah, we discussed this on my channel yesterday, and I offered it because I'm a screenwriter. I offered a solution as to how this would have worked, and I don't want to talk too long now, but I basically said these guys should have been in the show from the beginning. They should have been like the Jedi hit squad. You should have got to know them all. They should have been like the Marines in Aliens. They should have had a couple of lines each per episode, not loads, but just enough, enough to get to know them. And that should have been the first 3 episodes. But before we even ever saw anything else. But also, the twins never should have met until episode 4. That's another thing that they got wrong.
We shouldn't have known there were twins until episode 4.
You could have played on that.
It would have
really
built.
well.
You would have had that sense of surprise, and their meeting would have had their meeting would have had meaning.
Well, what I would have done, is show
Spider-Man thing. When
they did DNA tests to prove she killed the Jedi, something would have been off, but they don't know what. So they said, well, we know something's off. Could someone be faking her DNA or whatever? Like there would have been a mystery there, and then it would have been revealed that it's twins, right? But are any of us besides Lance professional writers?
No.
So
we
all came up with a
job.
better story for exactly. Well, we're so on the same page here. Me, you, Mando, all of us. We're so on the same page with this crap that it's like. When I watched this episode, because I can't take these episodes seriously, so I'll like play Warcraft or I'll be typing stuff or even doing my IT work. Like right now, I have an IT screen just in case I get called or whatever, right? And so I have this on the other monitor. I showed some of you guys my big setup with 242 inches, and it's on the other monitor. So I'm working on the main monitor, glancing over and listening to the other, and I stopped 10 minutes in, and I'm like, those motherfuckers didn't just do what they just did. And I'm talking about the writers. They did not just do this,
but they did.
It's such a pet peeve to me that when you bring these horrible, horrible writing tropes in, and they're trying to make you like. Again, I'll say this. And like the background stuff, like the visuals, they're well done. You can see they're not bad. The music is kind of Star Warsy, not great, but okay. I'm cool with the concept of a big Jedi showdown with a really powerful Sith. Like when Palpatine took out those 4 Jedi Masters, I personally would have told Lucas, draw out the fight with a little longer between them, have him kill one guy right away, and then take maybe a minute or two to kill. Because But I had seen Clone Wars and read books, so I knew Palpatine was a master of all the forms. The general audience didn't know that, right? So that's a writing criticism, not a story criticism, right? But that scene was impactful and all. Or when when Maul is dueling Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, and Qui-Gon is older and past his prime, and Obi-Wan's before, and that's why Maul is doing so well. So for those who don't follow the EU. For a long time, Qui-Gon was the dueling master for the Jedi, but now he's old beyond his prime. You know what I mean? He's still one time his death, but he had passed his physical prime, was starting to decline. In his dialogue in the head in the novels, he's going through it like that's why he can't keep up with Maul, because Maul you start to decline as you get older, unless you're like Yoda, could just keep sucking in the Force and blow up.
Just like this scene sucked all the joy out of watching a lightsaber fight.
Sorry for the rant, but this is my. I'm 51 years old. I just turned 51 a couple weeks ago, right? So, right, and I don't I don't want to sound morbid about this, but I'll go back 20 years. I was worried about my health when I was 30, that I wouldn't make 35. So when the Devils won the NHL championship, I'm like, is this the last one I'm ever going to see, right? Or so now I'm 51. Now I know my mortality is coming up, whether it's 5 years from now or 25 years from now. You kind of know when you're 50. You know what I mean, guys? For those of us who were there. And I want to live to see one. Well, yeah, Joker, you're going to live to 200 years old. But the rest of us, the rest of us, I want to see one more good Star Wars thing before I go. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's a bold wish, my friend.
You know, but that's why I can't say I'm 100% black pilled. I'm always willing to kind of listen to, like, if something's coming out, like maybe, but then I'll keep an ear open for it. But I won't, like, I wouldn't watch this show if it weren't for this show, Roman. But I would still check out you guys' reviews of it, like, you know what I mean, like to see if it's something worth it. But
hell,
so I'm not 100%.
Twice. It was that much fun when you just don't care anymore.
Yeah, I'm not like ultra black pilled on it, like you know what I mean, because I do want one. I grew up with Star Wars. I was a little kid, and again, you guys heard some of my story with the rough childhood and all that. Star Wars meant something to me, you know. But when I went to see that movie when I was like 5 years old or whatever it was, 78, 79, 5, 7, I was born 73, so I think it was 5.
I want to say something. I had a comment on my stream yesterday from somebody. You know,
sorry for the rant, by the way. Sorry for the rant. It's like,
that's all right. You know, you're getting somewhere when people start taking a pop at you, which is quite funny about YouTube. And this woman said, "Oh, you know, why are you hanging out with a load of other 50-year-old guys ranting about a show that's aimed at 12-year-old kids?" And my response to her was this: I said, good quality writing will actually bridge an adult and child audience. You can see that in shows like The Simpsons, films like Galaxy Quest. That kind of writing that bridges those gaps has been around for ages. Look at Pixar movies. They work equally well for adults and children. There's no reason why this show couldn't have been. Obviously, no reason why not. The talent is out there, and although I'm the only person that works in the industry here, you don't need to work in the industry to spot good writing. All you need to be is somebody who's reasonably educated and has watched a lot of shows. So you guys know good writing when you see it. If you're watching House of Dragon right now, that is good writing.
Yes.
It is out there. It is out there. I wanted to like this show, actually. I knew it had a lot of hate going in, but I ignored all that. I turned it off. I didn't watch any trailers. I watched absolutely nothing. I gave it the benefit of the doubt that maybe it was going to be good. Maybe. And I wanted it to be good. I didn't want it to be crap. I wanted it to be good.
Yeah, I'm always willing to be proven wrong and be surprised by something. But, after a couple episodes in, I realized that I just can't care because my blood pressure can't handle it. So I just decided to laugh instead.
So let's move forward, because otherwise we're going to be stuck on this scene for the next 3 hours.
Oh yeah.
Let's keep going. Let's keep moving forward.
There are things to talk about in this fight scene, isn't it?
Aside, this was the long big fight scene.
Yeah, it was so dark. That's one big thing you can spot with this fight. It's in the dark, and I didn't know if I was watching a rave or a lightsaber fight.
No, agreed. And the camera, for whatever reason, and who knows, probably because they aren't as skilled as they want them to look. Most of the scene is blocked by stuff. You're seeing it from behind stuff.
Yeah.
Seeing the lightsabers and everything, it's behind everything. And then we get to this point where Gimp Sith does some magic bullshit and kills the lightsabers.
Okay, so this is a technique, by the way, what you just mentioned, Roman, the blocking stuff. If you remember when the first Bourne movie came out, right? And they would constantly cut away from the fight and not quite show you the full fight in sequence. And that's a technique that I don't know what it's called, but they try to make you like draw your imagination in to fill in the spaces to make you more involved in it or whatever. I'm not a fan of it personally, but
me either.
But I understand some people do get drawn in by it, right? Once that Bourne movie came out, that technique started being used by hacks all over the place. Thinking that they do that, like they cut the scenes a different way, that they'll draw the imagination in or whatever. Like okay, and again, to get to this particular scene right here. Lightsabers have zero mass. Or like maybe a half a kilogram for the hilt, right? Okay. The way these two are leaning on one another, right? Think of the stress on their wrists of the pushing, right? I'm trying to describe what like there's no with real swords you would have this sort of thing where you can lean on them, right? Lightsabers will roll off of one another. They literally should fall past each other. Now,
this kind of saber locking they've done in other things before, even in the good stuff. So this doesn't bother me.
No, I'm not saying the way they did that particular scene is what I'm complaining about.
I do want to comment real quick on the shorting out of the lightsabers. They pulled another thing from Legends.
Yes, thank you.
I suspected that it was cortosis in the moment, and then it was confirmed later on when they released a helmet that doesn't look like the same helmet that they use in the show, but they claim it's a perfect replica that everybody should spend hundreds of dollars on. But that aside, it's a cortosis gauntlet and helmet that using your head to shut down lightsabers is stupid. That is a stupid technique. You should just have 2 gauntlets and that's enough. But yes, that is a thing. I actually like that.
Yeah, but the problem is
seeing it in use.
It's never a thing again.
Yeah.
So it happened 100 years ago, and then the Sith just like, you remember that thing we used to do? We could turn out the lightsabers.
If you go into the Legends that Disney says doesn't exist anymore, it does eventually get used again, but it's always been a very, very rare.
Well, but it hasn't been used in anything that anybody in a normal audience, us, have seen. Yes, Joker.
Okay, so this is what an argument that I used to make until I just learned more about how to make this argument. When people say, "Well, some things don't make sense in films 1, 2, and 3," and I said, "Well, go back and watch the Clone Wars." I should not be required to do homework to understand what is going on.
Yeah, they should explain.
Yeah, they don't even explain it really. I mean,
right.
Even if it was like, oh my god, his gauntlet is disrupting my lightsaber or anything, or it was like, oh, I guess this bitch didn't charge her lightsaber.
Right.
To me, the biggest problem with the show is that they will literally make something up for the expediency of one episode, and they'll never talk about it ever again. So when you see this, you don't know, is that cortosis? Is this something new?
Yeah, I'm not justifying them not explaining it. They absolutely should have.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I can tell you what people are probably thinking, that it's Beskar.
Beskar block hasn't shorted out.
And then when he says,
the headbutt. I missed the headbutt.
Well, the helmet thing.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the capture on it, but it's the same thing. He headbutts a lightsaber.
Right. And then also this helmet blocks a Jedi from reading his thoughts, and I'm like, so you're Magneto now.
Yeah.
Well, also,
I thought
that's right. That's what I was thinking. It's like, what?
To that point, though, they've already encountered spoilers. If you haven't fucking seen the stupid episode, they've already encountered this individual.
I was right.
He wasn't all helmeted up.
Yes.
So
I knew it as soon as he was hanging upside down. It was him.
No one was reading him then.
Well, also,
help me with this, please, because I don't understand the logic.
Okay.
Don't worry, Roman. We'll get to the end, and we'll have more questions about them. Not being able
you're
to
right.
sense
You're right.
who
I know you're
people
right.
are.
So
I'm fine. I'm being
Legends,
treated
right?
well.
So in Legends, the Jedi don't read people's minds. They access the Force, which tells them what people are thinking. Okay,
right?
They don't do a neural scan like Okay, so that's why they should know that this dude is Darth whatever, unless that, like it says in the prequel trilogy, there's a cloud of the dark side or something around him preventing that, right? But they should be able to detect that. The Jedi, this is something people forget. The Jedi could detect that there was a cloud of the dark side around Palpatine, but they thought he was being a victim of the Sith Lord that was hidden.
Right.
They didn't believe because he had suppressed the living Force so much, which was like Qui-Gon could have walked to the Palpatine and said, "You're a Sith Lord." He would have picked it up right away. That's why he had to get rid of all the living Force Jedi. Okay. So this guy should have a cloud, like when he was I liked this character in the first episode when he was just a side character and they ruined him to me. They should have detected an aura of the dark side, something blocking the Force.
Basically,
from telling about this guy.
He should be Pigpen from Peanuts with a cloud of dirt just around him.
There should have been something in the apothecary when they met discount Ezra Miller,
and
it was given off a vibe. But
this was before
they didn't do any of that. I mean, they didn't. If there was an inkling, they certainly didn't let on. There was no discussion amongst the group going, "Hey, did you notice discount Ezra Miller in there just giving off a weird fucking vibe?"
Want to point out?
Tell me.
It only matters when the script says it matters.
Not even
so the helmet
that's
shouldn't
my
fucking,
problem with Disney
so
Star Wars in a nutshell.
it's inconsistent as fuck. So Darth the Gimp Sith
You guys are
throws
just
his
a bunch of
lightsaber.
racists. This is a perfect show.
Don't forget the clip, Roman.
Oh, is it now? Are we there?
And, well, Joker and I have
Yeah.
quite points you want to make. So, like,
all right.
Okay, so
Nice.
Yes, Joker. Thank you for that, Jacob. Yes, Joker.
So we've mentioned the script a couple times here, and I've heard some folks say that of all the episodes, they liked this one the most. And I'm like, how fitting is that? The episode with the least dialogue is
good point, dude.
It's my favorite
Just
for a
saying.
few other reasons.
and just to point out one more lore thing, going just by the movie, so no EU stuff. This is before Darth Plagueis and Darth Sidious started suppressing the living force. So these Jedi don't have the cloud of the force. They should be fully cognizantly aware of both the living and universal force and what's going on around them. Okay,
Well,
both
they
in
are
the short term.
clearly
Yeah.
not.
Well, you know.
Oh, by the way, go back to that scene where he stabs the dude through the chest.
Oh, the double chest thing.
It's
double
you caught it dead on.
This one?
No, the one with
The
the red
not
lightsaber.
cloaking.
You see the red lightsaber go towards the screen. Stab
Oh,
towards
the other one.
screen.
Oh, yeah, the first one. All right. Give me a sec.
The not Plo Koon getting stabbed.
Yeah. So
Plo
this
Koon's
scene,
cousin.
if you
Plo
watch,
Koon.
this is
Yes.
another example of bad
Plo Koon.
writing and bad choreography. So he has a lightsaber kind of like this, right? And instead of just falling through with a slash, right? He instead, for the purposes of the camera visuals, he pulls through and does an extra stab, which is in combat inefficient, but it's for the purposes of bad writing. They made the combat look less effective. That's another. I just you can see this stuff when you know. And there's some other example, but that is such a prominent example of how much of the hack the writers are on this. I mean, I wish we could put the writers on a plane to Mars and without enough fuel to get back. You know, it's like,
yeah.
Oh,
And
don't
you
send
can
them, don't send
see
them
it.
to Mars, man. We might want to colonize
when
Mars
they-
one day.
No,
We
no,
don't want them
they're
there.
on a-
You can see it too
Yeah,
when
we
you
don't want
watch
bad
the.
writing when we get there.
they're on a plane, so they won't quite make it to Mars.
When you watch the scene
Gonna
in Revenge of the Sith, when you watch the scene in Revenge of the Sith where they come to arrest Palpatine, he stabs some of them and cuts out of them. I mean, there's no purpose pulling this lightsaber straight out. It's not going to get stuck. It's stupid.
Right.
Did you guys
All right,
like
so-
the bit where he force pulls the other guy onto the other guy's lightsaber?
I actually
didn't-
thought that was fun
It's
from
clever.
a killing standpoint. It's like a video game move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of
Finish him.
I kind of liked that. It was-
No, and I'm not gonna lie. I actually, for the many faults in the choreography, I was just happy to see something going on. Now, and please don't mistake this for liking the episode. I didn't. The writing in it is terrible.
At
But
least
there was at least a lot
lightsabers.
to watch.
Yeah, at least lightsaber combat moved faster than molasses, like it was in Ahsoka.
Oh yeah, no,
Exactly,
there were some people had skill. It's clear. Not everybody did, but some people did. Like I said, I do wish they hadn't masked the scene with the cover, so that you had to fill in the gaps with your imagination in the battle. I would have liked to have seen full on what is this Sith doing, and the Jedi approach.
Well, there's no confirmation he's a Sith.
One thing I did not like.
What's that?
One thing I didn't like was.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go, Jacob. Joe.
One thing I didn't like was the Jedi standing off, spinning their lightsaber around for no reason. There's no purpose to do that. It's stupid.
No.
Well, don't you remember when they did that in what was that?
It looks cool, man.
In one of the movies, someone pointed out a whole video of dudes in the background fighting with air. and spraying their fake lightsabers and stabs.
No, I don't remember that.
Well, Kylo and Rey fought a whole bunch of people.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh yeah, the throne room scene.
Yeah,
the throne room scene.
Oh, yeah. I hate that movie, so I don't care.
Yeah, I remember very little about those.
All right,
And
so
the reason for the
Gimp
trees.
Sith-
One more thing: the reason for the trees being in the way, it's so you didn't just see somebody standing there waiting their turn. They hid behind the tree when it wasn't their turn.
Didn't it also cover up a
I'm serious.
decapitation?
That's what
I
it
think
is.
I think it covered up a decapitation of someone getting chopped in half.
It did, yes.
Yeah.
After he does the force pull,
yeah,
he pulls out and then decapitates. You can tell by his motion what he's doing, but you don't see it. It's implied because anybody who can see the motion understands.
We do have to keep in mind that this is on Disney Plus, so they can't.
Well, as I was told last night, this is only for 12-year-olds. I shouldn't be watching it. So my opinion.
It feels
has no
like
value.
it's for 12-year-olds. You're right. It doesn't feel like a show that's for everyone.
Okay,
so
Roman, you said something
throws
before.
his lightsaber, and the Korean guy steps in and blocks it.
So I want to be fair.
Yeah, it comes out. He comes out of nowhere, by the way, and blocks it.
Yes, he may have been at a barbecue. We're not sure.
Roman, you said something before
Korean
that I wanna
barbecue is really
comment on.
good.
But
yes,
I want to be fair to the show now, to show I'm not just an objective hater. I am an objective hater. But so Palpatine and his line of the Sith, right? Plagius, Tenebrius, and all, they mastered Jedi techniques, all of them, because they were disdainful of them. They wanted to show they can be better than the Jedi at all Jedi combat forms, all Jedi techniques, but the Sith way was superior, right? So when Palpatine was engaged with them in the throne room scene in the lightsaber fight, he was using Jedi forms and he was better than them and adding Sith stuff on top of it. Like, he could have killed a couple of those dudes with his force power just by like lightning spam or whatever. He didn't, because he was disdainful, prove his disdain for them, right? So there are a couple elements, like when you said when he pulled that guy onto the lightsaber and all that. Because remember, according to Jedi, lightsabers only come out when the power is matched. Otherwise they're just supposed to like body you with TK or whatever. So there are a couple of elements in there that could sort of fit Star Warsy, but they're trapped in shit. And it's what we get.
All right, accepted. So now it's just kind of the face off. You got the Gimp Sith and the Korean guy. He tells Osha to get the fuck out of there. Yord's like, civilian. You get the civilian to the
Oh, that was stupid.
The spaceship, which is kind of a stupid way to say things.
Also,
why fuck out of here?
I know he's a Jedi Master. Isn't one another one a Jedi Master as well? Why are they letting the Padawans and the Knights engage this dude?
I don't know. No, you're right, Matt. And we'll get there. We'll get to the worst of this soon as to what the great disservice done to Horned Monkey Girl.
I did like that one part with Horned Monkey Girl. Just like, she's fine. She's a Jedi. It was like, no, she's not. She's a Padawan.
She's a child. Yeah, she's a Padawan.
So
he's like, you don't remember me, do you? I
was the apothecary.
And now we finally get to the time screen. Okay.
And what was he talking about? Was he talking about their meeting as when he was pretending to be the apothecary?
You don't
or
remember
something
me,
else?
do you? Why the fuck would I remember you? Fucking, I didn't go to an S&M party. Yes.
I have a theory. I'm gonna here's my theory. He's Master Soul's son. That's my theory.
Oh my gosh! Have you seen what they're calling the Sith guy?
It could be right though.
What are they calling him?
They're the Stranger.
Yeah, that's what they're calling him.
Okay. Also,
that's not
there's no real confirmation he's the Sith, a Sith. Now, I don't know if they're stealing the line or borrow or homaging it, but the line he gives, like when he, how exactly did he say it? When
I am nobody, a Jedi like you would call me Sith.
Yeah. So that line, there's a classic line from Naruto when the fourth Hokage, spoilers for the 35-year-old manga guys, spoilers. When the fourth Hokage is fighting Obito, who's dressed like Toby, and he goes, "Who are you?" And he goes, "Are you Mater Achia?" And he goes, "Some might call me that." There's a classic line, that line. I'm thinking. So when he dropped that line, I'm thinking, is that them being smart enough to say that this guy is someone else we really know, not just emo apothecary, or is this just them like aping something they heard? Because there are clearly a lot of theft from Naruto in this, with Mei acting like girl Kakashi with the kunai constantly, and moving like a Naruto ninja. If you haven't picked it up yet, and it's okay to be influenced by Naruto. I'm okay with that. Okay. But what I'm saying, I have a problem in a lot of stuff we see these shows and movies. Instead of homaging something, they steal it. Obi-Wan was great for stealing things constantly from other shows and movies, But
that's what bad writers do. They don't have original ideas, so they recycle somebody else's ideas.
As far as the story they're telling us, that line with him and that, like the Jedi would call no Jedi would call me Sith, blah blah. Are they leading us somewhere with that, or?
I think we're giving them a lot more credit than.
Well, I'm only asking the question you pointed out. I'm not. I think they're not. I think yeah. But
I don't think they are, though, man. I don't think they think that far ahead. They don't think from scene to scene as far as continuity of character goes.
Of course not, because to point out with what subtle deviance just said a little while ago, the twins change allegiances. Keep that in mind, because we're about to see the one that said, "I want to surrender to the Jedi because my sister's alive." And now she's fighting back about being taken.
Now she's fighting. Now she's she's leaving Clampaka's house, and she's fighting. The little horn Jedi shows up, and granted, she does like a force kick on her fucking face, but she could have said, "Wait, I want to surrender." She could have done that right here, and that ends this. And I get it. Yes, they want to move the story forward in whatever direction they plan on moving it, but that's an immediate contradiction to what she did when she left who she believed was Discount Ezra Miller hanging in the woods. I'm going to go surrender to the Jedi and tell them everything I know. But as soon as, like I said, the monkey girl kicks her, she could have just let her arrest her, though. She could have done that. But I'm going to back on that. I'm going to take back on that because she might be afraid because the master is here, though. So maybe that is the reason for her change of plans.
It would make sense. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be this big tough person. It's like, oh, the actual person I'm afraid of is here. Actually, I'm sorry, sir. I never meant the words that you just heard me say to you. Sorry, sir. I can believe that. That didn't bother me. When she's just like, oh, he's here. No, I didn't mean that. I know I said that, but I didn't mean that.
Oh, by the way, if you want the other Naruto reference and why I mentioned Toby, plus they cut his mask off. That's another thing with Toby. If you haven't caught it. But this episode, from a story point of view, if instead they had not revealed him, but had him when he fought the 10 scrub red shirts, disdainfully didn't kill any of them except goes, I'm just going to kill one of you, and whatever one of you fights the weakest is the one I'm going to kill, and just something line like that. To give you in a sense that to care about these characters fighting for their lives, and he says, "I've made my choice," and just kills one of them and just disappears. You know what I mean? Like that would have added gravitas to the storyline, and all the characters. Then we could have them talking and saying, like Lance was saying.
Well, Matt, you're creating a problem though, because that would have added dialogue. Dialogue is not good for this show. In a regular show, dialogue is good. In this show, dialogue is the opposite of good.
The other thing that really hurts Disney's Star Wars shows is their lengths are so short that you can't add anything to it because you don't have enough time to do anything. So it all has to be
like 40 minutes
jump cuts.
The episodes this was like a 40-minute episode.
And everything feels like the scene is written by a different person that don't talk to each other.
Yes. Well, the direction also feels different. Yeah.
They don't series.
There's a bigger problem. There's a bigger problem if you'd given all those characters dialogue. You would have had to have paid them, and that would have been another 200,000 less for big house in Malibu.
That's a great point, Lance.
They're purchasing.
This show cost an awful lot of money anyway, for what you're getting.
We did a breakdown of the budget and roughly estimated where most of the money went, and let's just say that the people at the top got paid very well.
I say clearly not to the actors or bringing in good actors. I can't even blame all the actors for this. You deliver the dialogue you have. Although I will say Yord is not good at delivering dialogue. Monkey Girl, for her many faults, is actually fine at delivering the dialogue.
Yes,
it's her lines that are terrible, but her acting is not bad.
Yeah, I think the Padawan horny Jedi is. I think she's pretty decent.
Monkey Girl is actually one of my favorite characters. Yeah. Now she is way fucking overpowered in this scene, though. She is
definitely.
I mean, because she is beating the shit out of May. Who? I don't even know what I want to call her.
Is this when she tries to read her Law and Order?
This is when she's Miranda.
Like that episode of Law and
Order. Raccoon Miranda, right?
If you refuse to write to remain silent, everything you can.
I can buy Monkey Girl fighting May, and
she should be more powerful than her.
Right.
Well,
yeah, but the thing is, May killed a Jedi Knight, a Jedi Master.
Yeah, and a good
one. Not in a real fight. I mean, let's be real about that.
Well, when she was fighting Trinity, that was a real fight. She distracted her. She was because she was fucking stupid. But
my brain is trying to interpret that as Trinity died on purpose type of thing. Because there's no way that scene makes any other sense.
She did not become more powerful than I can ever imagine.
No, like suicidal, like suicide, like how the other dude drank the poison. You know what I mean?
Because it was her, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And all I'm saying
they didn't relay that very well, though. There was no
I'd buy Monkey Girl being on par with May more than I do Monkey Girl beating the Sith Lord.
Yeah.
Or being on par with the Sith Lord and lasting more than 2 seconds.
Yeah, because she's beating the fuck out of her. I think the Monkey Girl is actually more skilled in the fight than May is. May just throws some tricks at her and wins.
And Joker has his hand up.
Yes, Joker. I'm sorry. You're all very small on this side, and I'm very old, so I don't always see you. Thank you for pointing that out. Yes, sir.
Monkey Girl, or whatever you want to call her. Again, the logical leaps that you have to make. We saw her, like two episodes ago, where she's training with a stick. In this episode, she is dual saber.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Dual
He's right.
lightsaber.
He's right.
No, Joker,
do you know what? I completely overlooked that, man. Actually,
I forgot about that. The ginger Jedi was training them with sticks.
Yeah.
Saber wielding.
You are correct.
Stupid word salad.
Good one, dude.
Darth Maul skill set on this episode. That's a good get. I completely missed that.
But again, just to be objective about it, at this time, since Sidious and Plagueis had not driven the Force into imbalance, the light side should be way stronger than the dark side anyway. So 1-to-1, if the midichlorians are equal, I know people hate the term, but a light side user should be more powerful than the dark side user at this time in the universe.
But
this is the golden age of Jedi.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that.
You're right.
Nobody watching this show knows that. That's
but again,
deep dive stuff, which is great for the folks who know it, but for the vast majority of
that's just from the movies, Roman. Roman, that's just from the movies.
I don't even remember that shit from the movies, man.
Again,
that's not even my drinking talking.
The point I'm making, they're not making these shows for the normies because the normies have checked out. Okay, they're trying to draw the people like us in who want to watch Star Wars to get energy for it, okay? Because they know Star Wars is a dead product. They killed Star Wars. The only way to get Star Wars back into being a live product is to get us, the fans, interested again to start hyping it up and not showing how horrible it is.
Good luck with this vehicle for achieving that goal.
So here's where we get another breadcrumb drop.
Hang on, Roman. I'm gonna disagree a little bit. The writers of this show, the producers of this show, are not making the show for normies. They're not making it for Star Wars fans. They're making the show for themselves to pat themselves on the back.
Correct. What I meant, I should say, is
I agree with that.
The financial people who don't care about Star Wars at all, who fund this show, are funding that. Yeah, okay. The chief financial officer of Disney, who probably could care less about Star Wars, is more interested in the latest accounting quarterly or whatever. Like he's saying, "Oh, Star Wars, I had 200 million. Let's see if we can make a profit on that." Because what it comes down to is there is a part of Disney that wants to make money. It's just being controlled by people who don't want to make money. So,
correct.
Okay, so this is the breadcrumb drop. So, Korean man says, "You trained me. How can apprentice never know her master?" Some fucking stupid thing like that. And then Discount Ezra Miller at this point as Gimp Sith says, "You tell me." So again, we are alluded to the fact that something else happened. Remember, they had all of episode 3 to tell us this, and they didn't give us anything that we didn't pretty much already know. Episode 4 didn't move that forward at all. And now we're with the Gimp telling us, there is more to this issue with the Jedi. Well, why does he know this? I don't know.
I've revised my theory on what actually destroyed that coven of lesbian witches.
Okay.
It's clumsy Osha, while she was running after her sister, tripped over a power cord and it shorted everything out.
Yes.
By the way,
that's actually as believable as what they give us.
So on this fight with Soul and Darth Emo there, again, to point out the thefts from Naruto, I won't belabor the point here. For those that are watching this who've never seen it, I'll link after this the fourth Hokage's death fight, which is what I've been talking about, and you'll see the parallels of they clearly stole stuff from it for this confrontation.
I'm glad that you brought that up because I'm a huge Naruto guy, and I was seeing those parallels as well.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
I thought I was doing it just because I really like Naruto. Yeah. So, but no, if other people are seeing it,
I have to admit, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I'm just fully disclosing this.
So I don't want to steal your stream. So tomorrow on my stream, I'll talk about it so you can listen to that chunk and get the whole context with the scene.
Yeah. I don't know what a Naruto is. I'd like to order some. It sounds delicious.
I never watched it.
Actually, it's a food too.
Yeah.
I do have a question about what's about to come up. When Osha tells Yord, turn it off, they're attracted to light. Wasn't he there the first time they went through?
No. Yord was not. He was on the other side of the force, so he did not. He wasn't part of that conversation.
Oh, and then the cosmic flaw with what they do is they should sense that he's not dead.
What, the bugs?
I mean,
no, the Jedi, the surviving, anyone who survives who can use the force, like I don't know, Soul, should say, wait a minute, the bugs didn't kill him.
Oh, we're not. Well, we're not there yet. We're ways off from that. We'll get to that.
Right.
I don't disagree.
Well, unless they did steal Obito's phasing ability too, so you just phase through everything, right?
Okay, so I have another one of Yord's inconsistencies right now. So he's like, "Hey,
he is the worst actor in the show.
He's bad." So yeah, she tells him to kill the light. Yes, the fucking or she's still trying to.
I don't know.
He needs to get her back to the ship. He's following orders, and he is set on this line of action. He's like Captain Queeg from Kane Mutiny right now. He was given an order, and he's going to follow it, regardless of what's going on around him. That's his course of action right now.
By the way,
but he's not consistent with that.
If you don't know who Captain Queeg from the Kane Mutiny is, you can watch Jacob Ironside's coverage of it 2 days ago,
which was very good. That was excellent. I wish I could.
Yeah, I caught that this morning. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So the Gimp gives Korean guy a beat down, and this is another one of those giant flaws in the show. And I don't know why they do this. Maybe because I'm an idiot and I just don't understand it. So he gives him a beat down, and now what happened there? Sorry, everyone. Something bad happened. So he gives him a beat down. The Korean guy's on the ground in the woods. He could have killed him at this point. Could have done it. Doesn't do it. Korean guy wakes up. He's like, "Oh, fuck! So much of the liquor." And he wakes up and he's gone. Okay, That's great. Why didn't he kill him when he had the chance?
Yeah.
A lot of missed opportunities in this.
I'm
think
starting to think that father theory might be right.
There's like some kind of connection where he didn't want to do that yet.
Well, maybe that's why you don't remember me.
He's a father.
Oh, guys, here's a Clint. The Acolyte is actually the Sith guy, the fake Sith guy. By the way, you haven't figured it out by now. The whole. I don't. Let's talk about that when we get to that. To the more. They're leading towards this guy being a former Jedi Padawan or something like that, and having a revenge kick.
I still hate the name of this show. By the way, I'm not going to lie. The Acolyte is a stupid name. It's because of the meaning of the word. If you don't know what the word means, you can fucking look it up if you don't understand it. But it's stupid. It's stupid for the name of a show. It sounds like someone heard the word for the first time. They're like, man, that's a cool sounding word. Why don't we use that as the name for our show?
We're forgetting that whole like intrigue of we don't want to tell the Jedi Masters all the bad stuff we're doing from the first episode. That's going to come back to play with this dude's identity. Like we know who he is physically, but we don't have a real name yet or whatever. Like we've seen his face. That's going to come back to play where this dude is on some sort of revenge against them. Wants to make the world a better place. You Naruto fans know what I'm dropping this line. Like he wants to change the world and make the world's an illusion type of thing. Mm-hmm. We're going to hear something like that by the end of this with the real Acolyte, this dude, and whatever his revenge plan is, you know.
If he poses the infinite Tsukiyomi, I'm going to freak out.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you got?
Still don't know what we're talking about. Yeah. So Monkey Girl beats May finally.
Joker stand up. What's he get? I don't know if you can see that.
She's kind of pissed off that she has Klambaka's lightsaber.
That's fine.
Joker's trying to talk, Roman.
I can't see. I'm looking at all the screens. Start talk.
That's why we're helping you.
Say Roman, and then I'll hear you.
Okay. Sith, whatever he is, has a red saber, as we all know. Who did he kill to take
that's a
Kyber crystal?
That's a Palpatine thing. So if you go back into the deep dive lore there, Palpatine was insistent that you kill the Jedi. I think that was also a Plagueis thing, and then corrupt their lightsaber. Technically, you could just get a lightsaber and corrupt it, like without killing the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
But that's another thing. Why I'm saying there's no evidence this dude's a Sith yet. That Naruto theft line he dropped about like you would call a real Jedi would call whatever. Is
so what? So
someone like you would call.
Okay. So what? So what you're saying is, Matt, to put this into terms that other folks might understand, this guy might be what's your name? Asajj, basically a assassin who wants to be a Sith apprentice.
Could be that, or it could be a gray Jedi. Remember, there were 19 other gray Jedi.
There's no such thing as a gray. There's no such thing as a gray Jedi.
You know,
that's the great thing about the Acolyte Mando is there's 30% less calories.
Right.
Right.
It's tastes great and it's less filling, and it will make you go to the bathroom. So right now, Monkey Girl's picking up some vibes. So I'm going to ask a question right now. So the Gimp's wearing the helmet so no one can read his thoughts, right? But Monkey Girl clearly catches a vibe here because she's got her fucking Spidey sense up, and then the Gimp shows up. Am I misreading this scene?
No, you're not. They'll probably say it was some like natural ability that her non-human species has, or some. They'll make something up. They don't care.
Yeah.
No one expects the Gimp.
I would not be shocked if the first thing that we see in the next episode is her just floating in a Bacta tank. And
right.
Oh, fuck off.
I think they're going to come back as zombies. Zombie Jedi.
I would like that better.
I do want to say this. I make the joke about me liking this episode a lot.
Oh my God.
What's about to happen. I will give Daphne Keane credit. She does combat well. She did combat well in Logan. They obviously made her. Yeah, they obviously made her too strong here, but yes, she really does combat well.
She was a little girl in Logan.
Yes.
Yeah. That's X-23.
Yeah,
It's X-23.
Monkey Girl is X-23.
She's a very experienced actress. This actress.
Yeah.
I did not know
That is why. That's why we like her so much. She actually knows halfway of what she's supposed to be doing.
That's why she's the best one on the show. All right, accepted.
But anyway, I just want to throw that out there. We don't compliment much, but I want to make sure we compliment when we have it.
So the person
also, her
saying
thumb is way too close to the top.
Yeah, her thumb is.
It's okay, Mando. It's just plastic. It's just plastic, Mando. It's okay.
So horny girl here. Someone made a comment about seeing her in a back to tank, and I can't help but see the Naruto things. If they show on a back tank, and someone goes, her horns are have an internal skeletal structure protected the heart or whatever. There's another Naruto steal.
I don't want to see her come back.
They'll come back. This one's still alive.
I actually thought her death was the best part.
Only the female.
I agree.
It took me by surprise.
Dual sabers. Yeah, here we go. Now she's Darth Maul, even though she had a stick like 45 minutes ago.
Yeah.
No, that's okay.
No, and one of the
her form
lightsabers
is
she's
good,
using
though.
is
Her fighting
scaled
is
up.
good.
She is. But one of the lightsabers she's using is scaled up for a Wookiee hand, and she's a tiny little female. There's no way she'd have a good grip on that.
Yeah, because that thing's it's like a soda can as opposed to a regular.
Yeah,
sword
Kelnacca's lightsaber is that thing you see in the back of the sex shop that you think like there's no way anybody can handle that.
The big Jim.
What are you talking about? Well, what are you implying there, dear?
No, that says a lot about that one, doesn't it?
Her fingers are too close to the green.
All right,
And
so
then
that's
she takes her eyes off of the off of her opponent. Why did she take her eyes off the opponent? And why didn't he just kill her?
Okay,
because she was training with sticks a week ago.
Lance. Okay, so Lance,
this is
you're coming up on your departure time.
Yeah,
you still got a couple minutes, or do you want to do your exit, sir?
Well, I probably coming up for 2:10, so I should probably duck out. Much as I'm enjoying this and would love to stay, but I have got an early start, which is rare for me. But
got it.
I'm
gonna show what do you got coming up there, my friend, and thank you very much for being with us tonight.
Oh no, you're very welcome. I've actually just confirmed a couple of more interviews for my channel. I don't know if you saw, but I had one of the cast of the film Alive on last night. Jose Zuniga, who's got 146 acting credits on IMDb. So having him on was a real blast. But I've got one of the most talented actresses. I'm just trying to get your picture, so because if I say the name, you're not going to know her. But just if I get a picture up from the industry, she's been working non-stop since she started. I spotted her in Chicago PD in a really small role, probably about 10 years ago now. And I said to my casting director, take note of this girl's name. She's going to be huge. And I was bang on. Her name's Maluna Jackson. She's coming on in the first week of July. And this is her, if you want to share my screen. This is her on IMDb, but she was in How to Get Away with Murder. And
I know who she is.
Yeah, she's done a whole number of like really big, high-profile shows. There she is. That's a good shot. So she's coming on, and then I've got producer Charlie Band coming on about a week after her. So he's the guy who ran Empire Pictures, which is now Full Moon Pictures. He did all the movies like Ghoulies, The Eliminators.
Oh wow.
Robo Jocks, Arena, all those straight to video kind of low budget sci-fi, Terrorvision, all of those were Charlie Band's films. So he was one of the most prolific independent film producers in the 80s and sort of right up to the mid 90s. So he's coming on. He came through actor Tim Thomason, who's already been on my channel, who was in Uncommon Valor. So Tim got me Charlie, which is great.
Actually, and I like him. He was in it was a time travel movie.
He was in Trancers. Tim Thomason was in
Trancers. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the first time I saw him. I loved that movie.
Yeah,
he was one of the first actors I've followed, and I'd always wanted to work with him. And that window's kind of closed now because he's pretty much semi-retired. But it was so. Well, if you see the interview that we did together, you can actually see it was proper emotional for me because at least I got to have that meeting with him, and I'd followed his career for so long. So that's already on the channel under industry interviews. So
Tim is like 75 years old.
He is, and I just happened to mention to the first AD, Jerry, that came on, did an interview with me, that I was a massive Tim Thomerson fan. He's like, "Hey, he's my best friend. I can call him right now for you." And I was like, "Shit, that sounds good."
Oh, he's been in a lot of stuff. Uncommon Valor. You said Trancers. He was in Near
No,
Dark.
Sammy, you're not getting out that easy.
He was in.
I am fine. I am being fed.
Yeah, sorry. Talk about the Acolyte will resume shortly.
No, it wasn't you, Lance. We got this ongoing joke that they're holding me hostage and making me watch the Acolyte.
Before I go, just to let you guys know, I think from about September on Sundays, I'm going to be doing a special breakdown of the entire show of The Shield, 2 episodes per show. And I know some of you guys here are big fans of that. And actually Jose was in 3 episodes of it, the guy I had on yesterday. So if any of you guys ever want to come on that, just let me know and you'll be very welcome
on that. I love that show.
Right on.
Yeah. So I know Jacob's a big fan. We've talked about it before. So all right. I don't want to take up any more of your time. Listen, thanks so much for having me on. I think it's my first time on here.
It is, and thank you for being here, Lance. Very welcome. And I look forward to you're going to be with us next week as well.
I think I probably can do next week. Yeah, I mean, listen, you can always invite me to things, and if I can make it, I will. It's just obviously the time difference. Right, I am normally up till 3 o'clock every night, but by 2 o'clock I normally try to move into the bedroom to watch something before I sleep. So 2 o'clock is like my move into the bedroom time, and then I'm normally asleep between 3 and 4. So. Most of my clients are in LA, so yeah. All right, guys, thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of your stream, if that is the right word.
Well, we'll go with it for what it is, my friend. All right, Lance, take care, brother.
Don't turn to the dark side.
But the dark side.
That was.
Yeah, this is a peace stream.
Before we jump back in, the Mando kept talking about Daphne Keen's hand being way too close to the beam. That's really that is really bad design of these sabers, because every saber has that little the window in there where that should be a cross guard coming out like a vent. So because a normal saber that's completely full. So it's just bad design. Props.
Yes.
I really hate these thick lightsabers. I
know
what
do
they are.
I mean, man.
They're the lightsabers from their shop they have
from Galaxy.
They got.
Yeah.
They're terrible.
Yeah. These
they
are the toy lights.
They're going to make more soy cells, basically.
Yeah.
So, Lord. So she's looking down at Clan Baka's half lightsaber, and again, she takes her eye off the prize. And I don't remember which one of you said it, but I thought the same thing when I'm watching the show. Why did he not kill her when she took her eye off of him? Fucking, you're a Jedi. You were training with a stick 45 minutes ago, and now you're double wielding lightsabers. Got it. But what the fuck happened? You're just staring at your weapon while your enemy is right there. He could have killed her instantly, and then he just runs off. I don't get that for an instant, other than
because the script needs the plot to happen.
He had to go to the bathroom.
Can he teleport like Rey?
Well, if they're stealing enough from Obito, he could.
Yeah.
The only justification, quote unquote, that I can see that why he would not kill her is because his actual target is May. His main focus is getting May, like just getting to May, and everything else doesn't matter.
I guess, but taking her out of the equation improves his chances of making that happen.
Okay, so
am I wrong?
If pretending that we're better writers than they all are, which we all are,
yes.
Right? So if you follow through with the logic that he's the acolyte, he wants revenge on Saul, for example, right? Or maybe he is
You are
part
my
of his,
father.
yeah. Maybe his revenge is taking a Jedi Padawan and converting her to evil. He didn't think to kill her right away until she kept coming at him. You know?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Maybe he's like keeping her in reserve so he can like try to turn her later or something.
But he just wants to live his true self. He wants to live his truth.
Which oh my god, his speech is terrible when we get there. It's fucking
I had
horrible.
a thought about the bad guy here. Is it one of the mothers that used the Force to transition?
That's a great theory. I still like mine better.
Mother of God. You know, and I can't even throw it out at this point, though. It could be. So Yord's out here looking where the big tree bugs are supposed to be. Because they're in the
Tree
woods.
lice, giant tree lice.
They bungled in here. And May's running through the woods. He's projecting into her mind. Coward, you betrayed me. Fuck off. And then he's like there. So he's like, I'm sorry. And then he cuts her
shackles.
Shackles, yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
The Korean guy shows up, fucks up the whole thing.
Can kill. Yeah, it's really weird. He cuts her shackles so he can kill her. Why cut the shackles off then? What?
No, again, that didn't make a fucking bit of sense. I don't know.
No,
maybe he seems too young for that. For that theory, though, Beard, I think he seems too young.
Now,
I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't care.
We did point out that last episode, May does a babyface turn, and then literally within an hour, she turns heel again.
Yeah.
She goes from bad guy to good guy to bad guy in a span of like an hour.
I still don't understand how Master Soul's like, there's good in here. Where?
Yeah. When?
I saw nothing of the good when she was a child to now.
You know, when she said she would murder her sister.
Yes, I will kill you.
Going against her.
I believe her words were.
Here's another question.
And then attempts to.
Here's another question. If Sith guy's helmet, Smilo's helmet, can stop people from reading his mind, how can he read other people's mind with the thing on?
I had that same question.
Yeah, how can he project? It just doesn't make any
it's like a one-way mirror, maybe. I don't know. It's a stupid plot.
I know what his helmet is made out of.
Douchebags love double standards.
Plot armor?
It's made out of plot armor. The most indestructible force in the universe.
God. So the monkey girl shows back up. Good God lover. And now she's engaging Gimp. And then here's another wonderful inconsistency. Osha's like, we have to go, Yord. He's going to kill them all. And Yord's like, all right, I'll go.
Trying to do.
Literally, okay. And yeah, he shows her the bugs, whatever. No one cares.
And then here's the other thing is they've got her little droid thing. That thing can't even move, right? It just has a head on it that turns into a flashlight. No one's going to buy that. That's a bad merchandising.
I laughed so hard at the scene with the little robot dude. I thought it was hilarious.
Again,
here we go.
Really quick.
Here we go.
Again, really quick.
Joker.
Again,
go.
Really quick with the creature design. Didn't those bugs have stingers?
I never got a good look at them. They just look big roly-polies, like big potato bugs or something.
That's what I was thinking.
But they fly, and it looks like the way they fly, they curve, and it looks like they have a stinger.
Yeah, they might.
Yeah, the last episode,
like teeth.
Yeah, I mean, they seemed quite, ferocious in the previous episode.
Yeah.
When Saul cut it in half, it didn't seem like it was coming to get pets. It had big pincher things on it. Big pincher things are never good.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just the fact that we'll get there. We're gonna get there in a sec. All right. So Monkey Girl does a move here that I don't fully understand, and I'm gonna ask the panel and the chat this. Does she hit his helmet with her elbow, which is what it looks like, or her lightsaber?
No,
which still doesn't make a lot more sense because it's still just a piece of metal hitting a piece of metal.
Yeah,
and then his helmet cracks open like a fucking egg.
It's dumb because if you can hit him in the face 3 times in a row without being blocked or stabbed yourself, you could stab him. That's just it's dumb. It's really dumb.
This was bad. This is more. I know, and again, I know what they were trying to do with it. A lot of fight scenes, great. Look at all this action. But the problem goes back to if you delve an inch into the action, you see all these problems with it. A good action scene stands up. You can watch it and go, man, you see what they did there, and there, and you can go, yeah, that was fucking cool. Yeah. With this one, it's the opposite. We watch the scene, and it goes, that kind of looks pretty good. But then you look at it a little bit harder and go, well, there's this and this and this and this, and none of that actually works.
Yeah.
This being one of the more egregious things that they've done with that.
You can occasionally rely on the rule of cool, but you can't do it so often that you poke a ton of holes in your story. So every now and then you could say, yes, this is what would really happen, but this looks really cool. And you can bend the rules a little bit. But if you do that too often, everything falls apart. You have no story left, and it's completely shallow.
Well, also, like the number of things in all of Star Wars, right? I mean, original Star Wars, in Disney Star Wars, in the EU, like the novels and the new EU, the number of things lightsabers don't instantly cut through, there aren't even 5 of those things. There's basically
this is clearly one of them.
Yeah, I mean, there's a Beskar, right? Some verse depending. There's the Darth Vader's armor, which is made of the same stuff Starship armor is made of, enhanced by Sith alchemy, right? So there's that. There's like one other substance I can't remember from one of the novels.
There's Frick.
Yeah. Okay, maybe that's it. And there aren't even 5 things. So now we have his helmet, right? And so is it one of those 5 things? Is it bullshittium pulled out of the Essium?
That is what I'm thinking. It's made of bullshittium.
Yeah, it's bullshittium. Yep.
I mean, like you said, you shouldn't have to read 17 novels or whatever, and they should explain in this. Like there should be an explanation for why.
Here we go. Here we go.
All right. Also, why is she yelling? Why is she yelling? She's
Matt, you're reading my mind.
Because she's a herpy.
Going full fucking emotion here. And this isn't the only time this can happen in this episode. This is not Jedi fighting.
This is consistent
rage fighting.
Okay. And the
she's
reason
a Padawan.
No, but I'm addressing that, Mando. Okay. Granted, she's yelling more so than other Padawans, right? Obi-Wan yelled a little when Qui-Gon fight, right? But even the other knights are yelling and grunting and stuff. Like, do you remember the classic way to show this? There's Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon versus Darth Maul. And remember when they got caught in the chambers and the shield cut them off? Maul was pacing and Obi-Wan was kind of pacing around as much as Maul.
Oh, that's so good.
And Qui-Gon was calming down, centering himself, right? Even the older Jedi act like Padawans or Darkside users in this show. They're agitated. They're grunting and whatever. It's like
even Saul.
Yeah,
it's okay. Remember, the Jedi are the bad guys. The Jedi are the bad guys. It's fine. Don't think too much.
And this stupid dagger in the hilt thing.
So
stupid.
Now, when I saw it, I think I felt probably the same way Mando did, though. I saw this, and it was like a battle scream, though. Am I wrong, Mando?
Yeah.
That was I think out of canon or out of this show. I think she channeled some of her X-23.
Yeah.
In this scene.
Yeah. Because she was like pissed.
She looked like X-23 for a second there. Not gonna lie.
We're y'all are applying pre-Disney Jedi mentality to Disney Jedi, where they're supposed to be the bad guys. So she is acting fully in character for how they want the Jedi to act.
Even Yord the moron has more control than this.
Beard, I agree with you. I'm being critical
he's
of
a dumb man.
Product when I say that, Beard. You know, like,
I get that, but I mean, I said, I'm so far beyond this. I just don't really even care anymore to try to justify it or criticize it. I just see it for what it is.
Another thing that they're stealing from
fan fiction
is Anakin's fight against Dooku in the part 2, where Anakin kind of lost it when Obi-Wan went down and grabbed 2 lightsabers and started flailing ineffectually at Dooku, right? But then instead of an elegant sort of duelist response to that, which is Dooku's response, this guy uses trickery and it's like they're trying to say the way it happened in the second one in part 2 was bad and this is good. And I don't care what you say about the prequels. There's a lot of wooden dialogue and the story is a little suspect. A lot of the action.
I'm gonna forgive him because he took out 50% of the most annoying character profiles in this show.
True. Yeah. I mean, I like I said, Monkey Girl was one of my favorite characters, but I didn't really care that much when she died. It's like, okay, the Monkey Girl.
And I also,
she's not gonna die.
I am almost certain. I'm almost certain that her and Yord are the characters that from the RPG or whatever she comes to play.
You said that.
I guarantee because they were two like one note. She was too strong.
Civil rights back to the states. Let each state have a different rule.
Somebody's watching the
someone has a Trump
debate. We can hear you watching the debate.
Huh?
We heard you watching the debate.
We caught you with the politics there, Sammy. We caught you.
Oh no, I turned on the Robert F. Kennedy one. I want to see how it looked.
But anyway, yeah, she gets 1, 2, 3 with the lightsaber.
Yeah, cheese, and I did find that surprising. I didn't think they would kill her off. And if they didn't kill her off, if this is actually a false death, that is terrible. That is terrible.
Clip.
They're gonna probably say something about her alien biology. She vital organs.
I love that, Jacob. Awesome. That caught me off guard.
The only thing that would have been better if that guy actually said alien.
Yeah.
Look, I will real quick. I won't labor this, but I will push back against what Mando was saying. Because Jacob said like she's credited for 7 episodes, I think. So either yes, potential zombie, but I think they'll probably also let her be the first Force ghost that she just automatically knew how to do it and didn't have to go through all the training that anybody else did.
Oh my god!
That's my prediction. So anyway, let's continue on with this. We can't stay here too long. It's just too fun.
You get the look of surprise, and then she just falls over like a chunk of cheese. And then we see him for the first time, and we see him though. Legitimately, was anybody surprised this is who it was?
Nope.
No.
I mean, I don't think any of us were. This
not
is what we
in
were
the
speculating back in episode 2.
2? Yeah. When we first saw this guy, it's like
it's him. It's the guy.
That's him.
No.
Hey, look, some of y'all don't pretend like you weren't saying that there was going to be one of the women in there because it had to be women.
I did suspect it was just because.
Yeah, he might be trans.
I'm still not surprised.
I said last week, I was like, those are man hands.
That's
not a woman.
I called it as soon as he was hanging upside down. There was no.
I think Beard called it first, though. He
did.
I think most of us called it.
Mentioning
when we saw.
By the way, if you go back to that scene where he's standing there in the robe, right?
Oh, do the other clip.
That is the exact same pose. He has 2 arms showing, as Obito was in when the Naruto broke the mask.
It's true.
Pose. and he's wearing a similar robe to
I don't know who these people are.
You? No, how can it be?
That's right, Hokies. I assumed the person's gender. That's right. I'm a bigot. Call me out. I assumed the gender.
He is doing the villain brow scowl, of course, which is good, right?
Yeah.
I know they're a villain. They do the brow scowl.
Then they have this whole conversation here.
He acts and delivers his lines like an emo middle schooler. Somebody thinks he's super edgy. Oh, and by the way, the vest he's wearing underneath his robe, you can tell is definitely bulked up because he's more twink than like muscly, scary, like bad guy. They had to make him look bigger.
Oh yeah, I see. Yep. So now he's got May. Who really gives a fuck?
He's taking steroids.
So now here's where Korean guy goes a little crazy though, and
you just cut them both down.
Very not Jedi stuff. He attacks him with his back, although he's got a hostage. Whatever, that's fine.
Yeah, he's got a hostage that killed other Jedi. Just go ahead, let him do it.
This is not what Disney Jedi do. Attack people from behind. Okay, this guy's killed what? 8 Jedi?
At least,
yeah.
So, cut him down from the back. Come on.
Yeah, just do it.
So now he's basically gun to the head of May.
A threat.
Who gives a fuck about May, by the way?
Yeah.
I mean, really, she's killed 2 Jedi on her own. Who gives a fuck? But whatever, for the sake of the show. Now he gives him the whole thing. I just want to, I just want to use my power for the way I want to use it. Jedi say I can't exist. This is where the line gets delivered as well. What are you? And he's like, I'm nobody, but someone like you would call me Sith. Now we don't, and I think Matt's probably right. We don't really know the full implication of what it means. We know what he's saying. We know what it means to us when he says that, but at this point in time, we don't know if he even knows what he's talking about.
I'm going to say no.
Well, he's basically killed off. He's killed off most of the cast, right? And his apprentice May has infiltrated the Jedi Temple. That's what we get at the end of this episode.
So I think they try to write a justification on why the Jedi think the Sith are extinct, because he says that anybody who sees my face has to die. The Jedi can't know about me. I think they wrote that in there to try to justify the fact that they brought in a Sith-like character when they're not supposed to be around.
I know but again, what are you having to do there, though, Beard? What are you having to do? You're having to make leaps. You're having to make leaps to fill in the gaps for the writers. That's not what the fans should be doing.
I'm not filling in a gap. I don't think they intended to do that as like, oh, here's a good story beat. They did that to justify. That's them justification. That's their justification. That's not them trying to fill in a gap. They don't care about filling in gaps.
It's not good justification.
Here's my, I am placing these thoughts onto the writers and the people themselves. I think in their minds, they view the Jedi as anyone who does not use the Force their way is bad. That is not really how the Jedi viewed the Force, though. Just because you don't use the Force the same way the Jedi do does not make you a Sith. And in their minds, the writers of the show, that's what it means to be a Jedi. It means to be someone who carpets everyone who does not think the way they do as Sith. Sith is their version of bigot. Anyone who does not think the way they do is a Sith. And that's what they're saying that.
Don't use the word carpet when you're talking about the writers, because Leslie Headland's going to get excited.
Oh my God. And so, he probably, by the actual definition of a Sith, probably is not a Sith. Is he a dark side user? Absolutely.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yord.
That's my thought.
Yeah, bye, Yord. It was good knowing you.
Neck snap.
Terrible at delivering the lines. And then he's tossed aside like a doll. No emotion, zero emotion out of.
Well, if you want to play,
this is so stupid.
If you want to play bad writing extrapolation, right? The way he killed Nord or Board or whatever his name is, he technically could not have. He might have fake snapping his neck. And he could still be alive, and he could be a bad guy. Like everyone else, he's
not going to do that.
Everyone else, he jibbed with the lightsabers. They're clearly dead unless they have some special thing, you know. So I'm not saying that Board or Cord or Dort or whatever his name is still alive, but like you know, I don't know. It just I don't know. I'm trying to find a better plot than they could possibly put into this show.
No, I think you're reaching an awful lot here, because there's no way they are even considering something like that.
Plus the actor is already like released on his social media apologizing to the Yord Horde or whatever they're called about his character's death. And there's no way that Disney would let him do that or think far enough ahead for that to be a bait and switch. They would just tell him to shut up and not talk to the end of the show if he was coming back. So nah, he's not coming back.
So everybody was kung fu fighting.
It's called force fu. They referenced that in some of the
force
interviews. They actually call it force fu. It's stupid.
Oh, that's stupid. I'm not going to call it that. So now he has him down. He could finish him right here. The guy who just killed his entire squad and is responsible for the deaths of 2 other Jedi. But she's like, no. Are you retarded? And the answer to that is yes.
Yeah, and he says, like, you know, a Jedi does not kill an unarmed opponent. You've seen him use the Force. He wiped all of you out and threw you across the Forest the first time you met him before you ever drew his blade. He's armed.
We've seen them.
It's so dumb.
Jim. Well, he's not doing that, Jim. Talking about rules, blah, 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 blah. And then this is where, Osha looks up, and she's like, you know, Saul, look, it's giant bugs in the sky. And he's like, they taste good. And so he's down.
She proclaims her love to her droid, which confirms
I love you.
It definitely had no attachment that she used occasionally.
So gay.
Yeah.
You know that thing was a flashlight and a buzzer, let's say.
No.
now. Okay, so this is my thing. We've established that these bugs are dangerous, that they are they are carnivores. They swoop him up, only for him to reappear with no wounds, no nothing,
not a scratch,
sign of anything.
Nothing.
Yep.
Bad writing.
Oh, and just another. The Jedi apparently don't use the Force in this. He gets blindsided by a stun bolt.
Was like okay.
So he's about to let her know what the rest of the story is, so to speak, because Discount Ezra Miller was like, you know, you can't trust him, blah 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 blah, and she's like, what did he mean by that? What did the evil man mean when he was saying bad things about you, Saul? And he's like, I will tell you, Osha. And then he gets stunned by May.
Again, she wanted to turn herself in at some point. As far as she knows, her evil master's gone. So why not just turn yourself in now?
How much time has passed since they did all this fighting, and now the sun is up? It was dark.
The sun rises in 2 seconds on this planet, apparently. Okay, because now it's daylight. Okay. There was no hint of an oncoming dawn, but that's fine.
They don't. It can be light now. It can be light now because they're not having to cover up bad choreography.
Choreography. So, this was another point where if there was something more to tell, May had her chance to do it. And she basically just says, they took you from us. You didn't have family. You didn't have purpose. You didn't have love. And that's it. That's her justification for killing the Jedi. She doesn't say, oh, by the way, yeah, they actually killed everybody. It wasn't me. She doesn't say that. She doesn't even imply that.
It's because she saw her sister trip over the power cord. She didn't want to lie.
But this is a point where if we were going to get that further exposition as to what happened at the coven, this would have been a good time for it.
Oh, absolutely.
Because
instead, they need
it
to
doesn't make any sense otherwise. It doesn't make any sense. Her explanation for what she's doing makes zero sense.
No, I guarantee they just wanted to have this little scuffle between them so they could try to show off the body doubles and the CG and putting things together and like, hey, look, this is where we spent our money. Is this one little scene with two people who kind of look alike.
And it's you. They destroyed the power of sisterhood. They took my sister, and I love you. Brown, chicken, brown, chicken, brown. Ding, 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 ding.
There's some scissoring that.
Here we go.
Corner of the internet.
Here it comes.
Oh God.
Super Saber cuts. Now 15% off.
If you know anything about physics and how hair hangs, if she did that, it would actually be longer in the front, shorter in the back. It would not be anywhere near the perfect haircut that her sister has. And also, she still has a gold circle tattoo on her forehead. You can see through her hair.
Hey, yeah.
Right.
Sabine also did this, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Sabine cut her hair too, and it was perfect.
Well, don't you know that the
but with a viper blade? Okay. At least Sabine used a blade. I with my saber over here, I've tried to do that move. I hit myself in my chin at least twice. She's cut her head off, at least.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wish she had cut her head off. So now we're back with Peepo, the fucking droid thing in the woods. He just dropped down, and as Joker stated, Discount Ezra Miller drops down. Not a scratch on him from the giant fucking insects.
He sprayed himself with a bunch of off before he went into the woods.
Yeah, that's why he's so greasy.
Yeah.
I mean,
covered in
I mean, even if he was able to destroy all those bugs, there'd be like intestines, fluid, something,
goo,
nothing.
Yeah, bug goo would be all over him.
Yeah,
because they were all over him.
The better way to do that reveal would be to have a bunch of bugs fall down and then have him collapse like out of breath, not float down, all in control.
Yeah. If you've ever picked up a dead bug and felt their legs, they're kind of sharp. These giant bugs, they would have scratched them all up.
An even better way to do it would have been to show him afterward with the bugs at just dropping him, showing he had control of the bugs all along, and it's part of his plan.
That would that would have been so.
And
we've
Basil
brought
the
up
Rat
two
is
different
back.
versions of this scene that are better than the way they did it, which was stupid and
poor Basil here.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, okay, got it, whatever, no big deal.
Basil.
I feel bad for Basil because he picks up that thing that Osha just said, "I love you too," and so we know she used for other things. And he's got that super smeller. Oof.
He's a rodent of unusual
exactly
size.
what I'm suspecting.
I hate this little rat guy.
He's a rodent of unusual size.
Yes, he is. He is.
So now we're back with poor Korean guy. He's on the ground, but you know what? He doesn't just sit up like a corpse. He actually is like, whoa,
No.
what happened?
Because he can act. Amandla is not a good actress. Is not an actress.
That's also not a name. I'm not going to
activist.
credit that with being a real name. That's a combination of two names, and they're stupid. So here she is, not Oshi, and Korean guy is not picking up a vibe here at all. Okay, cool. You're not good at your job.
Pay no attention.
She's not skilled enough in the Force to hide herself.
No, she's
Pay
not.
no attention to the golden
Saul is
tattoo
fired
on my
from the
forehead.
Jedi Order.
Yep. Now,
And
if I was gonna be very, very generous, I would say maybe his brain is kind of fuzzy because of the stun blast, but he continues to do things that are out of character, like don't check the bodies, don't try to recover
Not
the bodies.
Right. Yeah,
You know,
they're just like,
let's just
screw it,
leave.
we'll leave our dead behind.
Yeah, fuck them. They're
Yep.
bug food now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Monkey Girl.
They were honored to
anyway.
join. Just leave the bodies. They were honored to join the Force.
Yeah, leave the bodies. You know, just
No, that was bad. That is not something that would happen. The Jedi would not just do that. This
No,
isn't
they
the
wouldn't.
hot zone anymore.
They would. Master Soul, where are all the Jedi who left with you? About that.
Yeah.
They're still back on the planet being eaten.
These big bucks.
What's up, Joker?
Leslie Headland.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Also, keep in mind that May just stripped her sister down to take her place.
Also should know this is not Osha.
No, like 100% he
Yep.
should know it's not Osha. But if that just whatever, no big deal.
Yeah.
Unless Saul's
that
the
kind of
real
like
bad
Jedi
guy.
Master Padawan connection that they would expect to have even after years of being apart.
Well, the Force will be saying this is not Osha. Like that's not her. You know.
Well, Basil can tell because that thing smells funny.
Ratman knows. He's like,
Yeah.
she smells funky, dude. This does not smell like the VJJ device that I have in my pocket.
You're welcome. That is never going away now.
I want to point something out. When we first see the Wookiee Jedi, and the guy pulls out the blaster, and the Wookiee grabs it with the Force.
Yes.
Saul should have turned and with the Force grabbed the blaster or the stun gun that girl was holding.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
He also should have picked up that helmet so they could study it.
There's a lot of things he should have done.
He didn't do it. Yeah. There's a lot of good ideas that obviously nobody at Disney has.
This episode also reeks of J.J. Abrams style writing. Mystery box.
It's also very much apparently the Parent Trap, which if y'all hadn't seen it, Matt linked it in the private chat earlier. Nerdrotics posted a great little poster for the Parent Trap Acolyte version.
Yep.
God help us. So he has some healing powers because he obviously fixes whatever this is. She rolls over.
Because force healing is a thing.
And he has like this kind of weird end saying, like, even in as we relish our triumph, we feel like we're getting fucked in the ass by giant insects. And then the show ends.
Well, it has to focus in on her tattoo, which obviously the other twin didn't have.
So he knows who it is.
Because he already knows. I guarantee he knew before he saw the tattoo. What that is that's the writers believe that all the viewers are too stupid to remember when they focus on that tattoo earlier. So not only did we get Chekhov's tattoo, we've got Chekhov's tattoo electric boogaloo going on right here.
Right.
Just got to revisit it.
Gosh.
Ain't it funny?
I have a hood. Can I be a Sith now?
This is a
Oh my
comedy.
goodness.
This
You have a
show's
Sith? Oh, wait.
comedy.
Mando's back. Oh. Mando,
Joker,
it was
I am-
weird. Some Sith just took over your stream. It was weird.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I will make sure that there's no Sith anymore.
Sammy's
Oh no, the
gone.
Sith is
It
back.
looks like he
The Sith
kidnapped.
is
That's
back.
right. The dark
Please
side
send
is
money to
cooking.
Sammy to help resurrect him.
He's holding himself ransom.
That was so. This was supposed to be, I think, their kind of apex episode. I think they were expecting a lot of praise for this.
Oh my
for all
God,
the
it's
fight
over.
scenes and all the stuff.
Oh,
There was no
Like I said,
scissoring. I was promised
no.
scissoring. I am disappointed.
Like I said, on the surface, if maybe you watch it with the sound off, the look of it isn't terrible. I had problems with it because I didn't like the blocked fight scenes the way they were. But there are so many contradictions in the episode. Remember when Gimp Sith was telling the Acolyte, you can't use steel, you can't use lasers against Jedi. It's useless against them, or some stupid line like that.
Yeah.
When clearly, I mean, obviously that's not true. I don't even know why. I don't even know why that line was delivered, because it's always been stupid. Yord wanting to do what he was told from his master, and then immediately, as soon as Oshi's like, "Hey, he's going to kill them all," he's like, "All right, I'll go," and he goes back. There was just kind of inconsistency after inconsistency after inconsistency, and you don't even have to look that hard for it. This isn't like deep analysis. This is just what. Wait, what? The helmet and the gauntlet. We don't know what those are made of.
Cortosis.
Again, there's that speculation from
EU fans.
That's why it would have been good for Soul to take the helmet to study. Then they could have answered it in the show.
What the fuck is
real
this
Star
made
Wars
of?
fans know?
Yeah.
Well, I guess, but fuck off. I don't know. There were too many things we were able to break down very easily in the episode. The bug attack when Discount Ezra Miller is taken off into the woods, it comes back essentially without a scratch. No, because he was fighting them. He was clearly having an issue with them when they took him up. He wasn't in some kind of force bubble. That was not projected that way. Yes, agreed. Beard. So again, I'm going to say something funny though. This was still the best of the bad episodes. There are no good episodes in this series.
Yeah.
There are episodes that are less fun to watch. This was at least, like I said, there was a lot going on, so it was at least kind of visually.
Like I said last time, this is no way an endorsement.
No, exactly.
As I said, the amount of dialogue goes down. The show is actually a little more enjoyable.
So I'm going to go back to something I said on Nomi's stream earlier tonight. If the reveal had been that the Rat Man was in fact the Sith Lord, that would have been better and more of a surprise. The fact that it was Discount Ezra Miller really wasn't. If it had been one of the mothers who had some kind of, really heavy weight program she was working out with, okay, whatever. That would have been. I think we were all leaning towards.
I would have really liked to hear the Rat Sith screaming in battle. That would have been awesome.
That would have been way better, right? So I'm going to throw out a theory. We're going to wrap it up soon because I'm fucking tired of talking about this already.
Yes, please.
I think that Osha's mother is alive, and I think most of us
agree.
probably, and that is Discount Ezra Miller's master. I think that is the bump up Sith hierarchy. That she is his master as he was May's master. That's what I think. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I don't care. That's the beauty of this. It's not going to change my life. So let's go around the horn. I'm sorry, my voice is leaving tonight. I don't entirely know why. It may be the heat. So let's go around the horn and do our bit with what's coming up, and then we'll say goodbye to everyone. So Shieldwall, my good friend, what do you have coming up, pal?
So next Tuesday, I'll be on Jacob Ironside show. We'll be doing X-Files. Yeah. So
which ones?
10 and 11, I think.
Yeah.
Season 1?
I'll double check. Yep. Still season 1.
Yep. Yeah, it's nice to have.
Oh, and one of the episodes is dealing with evil twins.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
It's the same. It's exactly the same.
Same thing.
Cool. Yeah, that's. I'm looking forward to that. I love the X-Files stuff. Although I'm gonna throw an endorsement out for Jacob again. If you didn't watch his King Mutiny show, watch it. It was excellent. Very good analysis.
It would have
and conversation about that movie. It was very, very good.
It was great. And honestly, I think it would have been even better if you could have been on that panel.
Thank you. I wanted to be there. I was there as much as I could be there.
Yeah. Just
I really wanted to be on that. I was like, oh my
God. You left a lot of good, helpful information in the chat for that stream.
Yeah, you did.
I think my description of the heads on the ship and the surprising amount of sex that happens in showers on Navy ships was helpful to everyone.
I was blushing. I had to turn off.
It was
awkward silence.
But like
that doesn't happen. Well, it didn't happen. It may happen now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the uniforms. Like I said, it was. I really enjoyed that stream, Jacob. Thanks for doing it because I had a ball.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So
I enjoyed doing it.
Jacob's stream, and then I will be on your stream next week, where we talk about next episode of this. So
episode 6, the fuckery.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, all these episodes have such stupid
mentally
names.
Prepare myself, which means I'll hit myself.
I know, and I appreciate you enduring Shieldwall. I really do.
Problem.
It's a lot to ask of all of you, and I know that.
Being on your guys' streams is a lot of fun for me. It's just I don't normally have time to do more. I would. I'm not a Sammy 3-peat. I can't be on 9 streams a day. So
he's actually on 2 streams right now, other than this.
Yeah, exactly. He's streaming in another dimension, Earth 615, right now. But anyway, and obviously it's great to be on a panel with you guys and hear everybody's input and the knowledge that they have, and changing my views on things. Not changing it, but expanding my ideas on things and my alleviating my ignorance on stuff. So lots of fun. Thanks for having me on.
Right on. Joker voice, which is not what my voice sounds right now. I sound like a prepubescent boy right now. Fuck my life.
I know it's a lovely thing. Just embrace it, dear boy. It's totally fine. So next week I will be on Monday. I will be on the Monday talking episode 3 of House of the Dragon season 2. Wednesday, you can catch this guy. You can catch me and this guy, as Matt will be the judge of our takes of the current state of the WWE universe with Wednesday night is overbooked. And then you will also catch me here for episode 6 of the Acolyte.
Right on. And thank you for enduring this with me, Joker. It's a lot to ask.
One more thing.
It's a lot to ask. Sir.
The one more thing. Through the first weekend in August, I am running with my merch store, the merch store that I have. The link is in every video that I do. A portion of the funds from all shirt sales will be going toward the Stuttering Foundation of America. So grab yourself a shirt, giving to a good cause.
Right on. I'm going to get a shirt this year. I want to get one every year, and then I get distracted because I'm an idiot and I'm old. So remind me directly, Joker. Do a very one of these kind of things. Roman, buy the fucking
shirt.
Hey, I hate to be that guy, but I do got to bounce.
Okay, Sammy has to get off to one of his 17 streams. You want to plug anything before you jump out, bud?
No, I'm good. Just like I said,
you going over to Gooch?
We all know.
Is it Gooch time?
Yeah, we got that animation block thing going. So
all right, tell the Gooch hi for us.
I will. I will send the Gooch your regards, and like
see
always,
y'all over
even though this is a shit show, I love hanging out with you guys. So
good. Keep saying that, then the torture will stop.
You may give him some rice now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep this handy. We got more. What? 2 more episodes?
3, Sammy. 3. There are 3 lights.
All right. Well,
you need to get a newspaper with the date on it.
All right, guys.
All right, brother.
Bye.
Later, man.
Bye.
All right, Mando. The much maligned poor Mando.
Anyway, Yeah, I don't know what my streaming schedule is going to be like for the next couple of weeks. IRL stuff's happening, so if you want to know, DM me. But just stuff's happening, so my streaming schedule is going to be extremely whack, if any at all. And then, of course, next week is 4th of July, so I will probably not be here. But I will be with you guys in spirit. I will watch the episode in solidarity, and I will text you guys how bad it is from my perspective.
Thank you. So we will have that. And, I don't require that of the panel members, by the way. I want this noted. That is not something I'm making people do. I'm not that bad a guy. I am that bad a guy. So all right, man. So just let us know where you are in the world and where in the world is the Untamed Mando. Matt, who had a lot of knowledge drop tonight, and even if I didn't understand what you were talking about, I'm glad you share these things though, because you are pulling in from those other genres that are clearly being pilfered by the writers of this show. Even if I'm not familiar with it, other people know what you're talking about. They go, "Oh, that's what they're doing." And so, thank you for sharing that stuff, Matt.
Matt, you're muted.
You're muted.
Muted.
I've unmuted myself. There you go. I got some hot news. A rumor just came to me from Twitter. Okay, I heard Untamed Mando has seen the light by watching this show, and we changed our name to Untamed They Them Do.
No,
that's impossible.
Hi, Jana.
Oh my God. Hey, Jana. Oops, I just yeeted Jana. Hey, Jana. We love Jana. You're coming into the death rattle, Jana. But that's probably the best part of watching the Acolyte is it being over.
I feel like
so. Matt, what do you got coming up, brother? You usually have like 16 different things coming up.
I'm getting back on top of it. My leg is almost healed to the point of not.
Good to hear.
So start season 4, episode 1, Hornblower episode 1. Definitely by this weekend. Finally, a book I'm reading, which is of Baron and Luthien, which is Christopher Tolkien's sort of summary of all the different versions of it and comparing them with Tolkien's of Baron and Luthien. I want to do a little video on that. It's a pretty good book.
Cool.
If you're deep into Tolkien, it's a pretty good book. What else? The Joker mentioned Overbooked, so I'll be the judge for the weekly trivia contest there, which is a pretty good wrestling show in general. You also check that 10 Eastern Standard on Wednesday nights. On the Questioners, which is a White Cloaks offshoot, I usually film right before this. We've been dissecting the Tolkien Society presentation, which are horribly woke. The one that should drop this weekend, which I'm in the first 2 hours of, is where this horrible woman that analyzes Tolkien fan fiction and how people correct Tolkien with reparative works or whatever with their
that sounds like the modern Star Wars fan defending this fucking show against the OG Star Wars fans. It doesn't sound way different.
Tomorrow, Friday Fandemonium with Jacob as my co-guest, spare ultra host, whatever his name for that.
What time are you doing that show tomorrow, man?
I do it 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
And it goes for an hour to an hour and a half.
That's always such a bad time for me.
Well, I picked that time because it was originally before Friday Night Tights, right? So I didn't want to overlap.
And then Gary moved his time, because he's
right.
So
now,
I'm open to moving it around. It's just that but I haven't really. I've been trying to think like if I go like I'm in the Friday Night Tights block no matter what, right? So I'm not gonna get a big audience because most people who might listen to me would be watching it anyway, right? So maybe I can go later in the afternoon.
You're right. It's a tough. Fridays are tough. Fridays are just a tough.
But
I'm usually drunk by
I usually listen. I just
so.
can't. I give it a like and I listen. I just can't interact.
No, that's fine. I mean, I get what I get. I might eventually do another live streams. Maybe with I'm thinking Saturdays, another hour or two there on the afternoons because I tend to have nothing to do on Saturday afternoons. I'm slowly progressing into doing a little more. You know, the leg injury had really hawked me these last 2 months because sitting at my desk has been a little painful. But I have the laptop by my bed, so I can actually like StreamYard from over there now. You know. Anyway, one other thing. I did the wrestling thing next week with Roman on 4th of July. And I think that's it. Yeah.
Right on. All right, Matt. Thank you very much. The meme master of the interwebs, Jacob Ironside. What do you have coming up, my brother?
Yes. Like Matt said, I will be on his show tomorrow. That'll be fun. And then Tuesday, I will be doing X-Files episodes 10 and 11. Fun. It's always a good detox from this Acolyte.
I love
show.
I love your X-Files show. They're just so good. It's Scully's outfits.
Yeah. And I will be here next week. So
right on. Beard of Liberty. When you are not hunting trespassers on your property, what do you have coming up, sir?
It's not hunting, it's relocating. You see, first of all,
into your freezer.
Before I get into where I want to be, I just want to say, everybody, just give in, surrender to it, become a disciple of Joker Voice, and just accept the chaos.
Yes.
And the show is so much more fun. I am on board. I'm totally on board with that. So anyway, let's see. Sunday afternoon, I'm over with Stark of Iron for some sort of Fallout chat. I don't know exactly what our topic's going to be, but he's always fun to hang out, him and Snail Messiah. Plus, Snail Messiah always is just messing around with AI, and he makes some weird shit. It's a lot of fun. Monday after the weekend in the evening, we'll be doing our 4th of July Hell Yeah America show. We're going to actually be covering 2 movies: Captain America: The First Avenger and Winter Soldier.
Oh man, excellent!
Nice.
Winter Soldier is my favorite Marvel film. Hands down, my favorite Marvel film.
Yeah, mine too.
Fantastic.
It's the best one.
Then Tuesday with Jacob for X-Files, and then back here on Thursday. And who knows if something else might pop up. I don't know if Samuel is going to want me back for a Saturday show or Wrong Think on Wednesdays. So people can follow me on X at Beard of Liberty. When I know something, I'll put it there.
Right on.
Yeah, one more thing. I remember my other thing. So this weekend is AEW's Forbidden Door PLE. I'll be dropping a video probably tonight with talking about my predictions and whatnot going into that. There you go.
Got it. Cool. Right. Well, thank you so much to the panel, and thank you so much for the chat. Again, this is a lot of fun. We do this so you don't have to, and it's a lot of fun to laugh to. So coming up for moi, I'm going to be on with Josh McDonald this Saturday at 7 Pacific Standard, which is, I know, a weird one for me and a weird one for him. Max von Priestley is going to be on, MVP, and we are going to be talking about June is also Men's Health Awareness Month. So we are going to be talking. The show is about that from a military man's perspective. So it's not going to be quite the fun, laughing show that we usually do. There's going to be a bit more of a heavy hitting show, talking about some pretty deep topics, and probably some personal experiences that both Max and I have had as far as things that you do during a military career that may affect you later on. So drop by Josh, Pop by Culture at 7 Pacific Standard for that. Left Eye Ego and I and Jacob did a really fun toy stream a couple days ago. So that's active on Left Eye Ego's channel right now. Go check that out, please. We unboxed so much stuff. I've got it all on my shelves now. If you blow me up, you can see I've got more stuff on my shelves right now. And of course, next Thursday, we come back to Purgatory and the Acolyte episode 6 at 5 Pacific Standard, as we always are. It is the 4th of July, and I understand that. So we're going to try to do a condensed show next week. We're going to try to squeeze it down to less than 2 hours so that everybody can get to doing their stuff. But you can still hang out with us for a little while. Fireworks don't go off usually until about 8 o'clock. So come hang out with us for a little while. Get our take on the remarkable thing that is the Acolyte, and then go watch shit blow up just like the Acolyte.
Yeah, you can watch my face while we're talking and while I play the game Firework or Gunshot.
So we are going to be live next week on the 4th of July. So if nobody else is streaming, we're going to be here. We're going to be talking about this show and trying to entertain everybody like we always do. Remember, we watch so you don't have to. So thanks for hanging out with us. If you're new to this, or if you're watching it on rewatch, please like and subscribe to the channel. You know, it's that slow march for me because I don't get to be on a whole lot. I'm on once a week pretty much. So we're at 454 right now. If I could finish out the year at 5, that would be kind of cool. So
don't be too quick about it, because if I'm going to take my shirt off, I need to work out a little bit first. So.
That's true. Yes, that is the carrot is a topless beard. So again, thank you all for being here with us.
And the stick.
it's not much of a carrot. But thanks for hanging out with us. Until next time, be kind.
Bye.